こんにちは、ジャパニーズアモのミサです。Hey guys! Today I'm going to teach you the differences between the ga particle and the wa particle. And I know that this is one of the hardest things to understand in Japanese. I've explained the differences between them in a few videos, but there are a few things that I haven't explained in any videos yet. So even if you think you understand it, I think you can learn some new stuff from this video. So yeah, and it's going to be a long video. 長いレッスンになります。You can take breaks. Yeah. So first, the wa particle is called a topic marker, and it's kind of hard to translate it, but if you have to, you can translate it like as for. So for example, if you want to say I am Japanese, you can for example say 私は日本人です。私は日本人です。Or I am Misa. 私はミサです。私はミサです。So this wa particle is modifying the word 私, which means I. You have to put the particle after the word that is related. So when you want to say I went to a restaurant, you want to say レストランに行きました。レストランに行きました。So in English you say to a restaurant. In Japanese we have to say restaurant first, and then you put the ni particle after the word that you want to modify. So レストランに and then verb comes 行きました。Anyway, going back to the wa particle, and if you want to make a sentence like John is a student, you say John は学生です。John は学生です。So a lot of people think this wa particle is the verb to be, like is, John is. But actually the verb in Japanese always is at the end. So this is actually working as to be. John は学生です。This wa is just showing what we are talking about. In informal speech, we get rid of the verb です like John は学生. In this sentence, the wa particle still doesn't mean to be. And John は学生 or John は学生です. Here, the main focus is actually the fact that he is a student, not the fact that it's John who is a student. So when we translate the wa particle like as for John, he is a student, it might sound like we want to put emphasis on John, but that's not really what we're trying to do. We just put the wa particle because we kind of have to let the listener know what I'm talking about. So the main thing we want to tell is actually after the wa particle. So when you want to make a sentence like this is a book, normally what you want to tell is that it's a book, right? You don't really put emphasis on this is a book. You want to say this is a book. Then you say これは本です。これは本です。Informally you can still do これは本。これは本。If I want to say Pikachu is cute, I'd say ピカチュウはかわいい。ピカチュウはかわいい。Or a sentence like this book is interesting, you'd say この本は面白い。この本は面白い。So again, what we want to tell is that it's interesting, right? But if you want to make a sentence like, this is a pen. So you want to put the emphasis on the word this. So just imagine you're teaching a child and the child doesn't know what a pen is. And the child is holding a cell phone and saying, this is a pen. But you want to say, no, this is a pen, not that. So we both know that we are talking about a pen, but you want to put emphasis on the word this. Then you'd use the ga particle. So we say これがペンです。これがペンです。これがペンです。Again, informally you can just get rid of this and say これがペン。これがペン. Then that means this is the one that is a pen. So when we use the ga particle, usually what we want to emphasize is before the ga. So let's imagine Wario is saying, I'm Mario, and he's using Mario's name and doing something bad. The Wario would say, 俺は Mario だ, right? Usually in anime you'd hear this da at the end instead of des for the informal speech, but we don't really use it in real life. But Mario comes in and says, no, you're not me, you are not Mario, I'm Mario. 俺が Mario. 俺が Mario. So he wants to say, I'm the one that is Mario, or I'm the real Mario. Or another example, imagine there are lots of umbrellas and someone is trying to take my umbrella. You'd say, that is my umbrella, right? So in that situation, can you guess which one would be correct? それは私の傘です。それは私の傘です。Or それが私の傘です。それが私の傘です。Remember, if you put the wa particle, then what comes after the wa particle is what we want to say. それは私の傘です。But if you say それが私の傘です, then what we put emphasis on is the word それ, the word before the ga particle. So we want to say that is my umbrella. So we would use the wa particle. それは私の傘です。それは私の傘です。And I happen to know this person's name and this person's name is on this another umbrella, and I could say this is your umbrella. This is your umbrella. So I want to put emphasis on the word this, not that. And that person's name is 田中さん. Then I would say これが田中さんの傘ですよ。これが田中さんの傘ですよ。This is your umbrella, Tanaka-san. We put the your particle because when we give the new information, when you tell something new that the listener doesn't know, or when you give advice, or when you want the listener's attention, you use the your particle at the end. So これが田中さんの傘ですよ。これが田中さんの傘ですよ。Let's look at another example. I say, この本は面白いです。This book is interesting. この本は面白いです。So I'm describing what the book is like, saying 面白い. And the listener wants to know my opinion on another book and wants to say, what about this book? They would still say, この本は So when you want to say, what about this? Or how about you? We use the what particle. So I say この本は面白いです and the other person says この本は What about this one? Is it interesting? この本は面白いですか? They still use the what particle because they are only using the what particle to change the topic, but what they actually want to know is if it's interesting or not. If they say この本が, then it sounds like that person misheard what I said is interesting. Although I said, like, for example, Harry Potter is interesting, that person thought, oh, this one you're talking about? So it doesn't mean how about this, but it would mean, oh, so what you found interesting is this book, right? That would mean completely different thing, right? And if someone says genki or genki desu ka, which literally means are you doing well? But you often translate like how are you, right? And you say genki, like I'm good, or genki desu more formally. But then you want to ask the other person back. In English, if someone says how are you and you say I'm good, you usually want to ask back saying and you or how about you. And in Japanese you just say the person's name, so the person who originally asked, and then put the wa particle. Let's say I'm talking to Yuki and I say Yuki genki. Yuki would say genki, and then she would say Misa wa? And you, Misa? So I keep repeating, but don't use the word anata because that sounds rude. Basically, just by saying the other person's name plus wa, then that means what about you? Or how about you and you? Or let's say I'm talking about hot anime boys or something with my friend, and I say, Naruto wa kakkoi, and Naruto is so handsome. And my friend wanna ask, what about Sasuke? She would say, Sasuke wa? what about him? Sasuke wa? And I'd say, Sasuke wa mama. And Sasuke is alright. Yeah, so you can use this wa particle like that. Again, if she would have said Sasuke ga, then it sounds like she wasn't listening to me and she thought I said Sasuke. So like, oh, Sasuke is handsome, you said? Sounds like that. But if she means, what about Sasuke? Then she would say, Sasuke wa? Yeah, so I said the ga particle puts emphasis on the word before ga, right? So for example, これが pen です would mean this is the pen. Or if I say, マイクがアメリカ人です then that means Mike is American, not John. So, Mike がアメリカ人です. So, this が particle is perfect when you guess who the criminal is, when you watch mystery or crime dramas. This guy did it, or this guy is the criminal, this guy is the murderer. In that sentence, the が particle is perfect because you want to say this guy. So this person, you can say この人, but if you want to say this guy, kind of in a hateful way, you're guessing who the murderer is, then you don't want to be polite about him. You say こいつ, こいつ. こいつ is how you say this guy, but kind of in a rude way. So if I think someone is suspicious, I'd say こいつが犯人, こいつが犯人. Yeah, 犯人 means the criminal or the offender or the suspect. こいつが犯人 If I'm not sure, I would say こいつが犯人だと思う I think this guy is the suspect. So again, the emphasis on this guy, right? If I know the name and he is Mike, then I would say マイクが犯人 マイクが犯人 So if I want to say Mike is the one that killed John, I would say マイクがジョンを殺したマイクがジョンを殺した So the context doesn't have to be something about the crime or crime drama. If someone asks who broke the window, then I would still use the ga particle to say who did it. So when you want to say who did something, you always use the ga particle in the question as well. You say 誰が and then for example 窓を割りましたか誰が窓を割りましたかWho broke the window? You can actually say 窓を割ったのは誰ですか窓を割ったのは誰ですか Who is this person? You'd say この人は誰ですか So the construction is different, but probably it's easier for you to remember that when you put the word 誰 at the beginning, then the ga particle has to follow 誰が blah blah blah. But if you put the 誰ですか at the end, then you say blah 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 誰ですか Anyway, who broke the window? 誰が窓を割りましたか And I say it's Tom who broke the window. If you just want to say it's Tom, you can just say トムです But Tom broke the window. Tom is the one who broke the window. You say トムが窓を割りましたトムが窓を割りました Or if I broke it, then I can say 私が窓を割りました I broke the window 私が窓を割りました If the question is like, what have you been up to? What did you do today? And I just want to say, I broke the window today. Then I'd say, 私は窓を割りました That's really just saying what I did. But one thing you want to remember is that in Japanese, repeating the word 私は or saying the word 私は when everyone knows that I'm talking about myself is kind of annoying. So in that sentence, if someone says, what did you do? 今日は何をした今日は何をしましたか I shouldn't say 私は窓を割りました I should just say 窓を割りました or ディズニーランドに行きました But you should say 私は when it's not clear that I'm going to talk about myself. So for example, I've been talking about John. John has done this today. Like John は窓を割りました But now I want to talk about myself. Then I'd say 私はディズニーランドに行きました Yeah, so who broke the window? 誰が窓を割りましたか誰が窓を割った or 割った informally. So a similar question, who invented the battery? And you say, Volta invented the battery. you use the ga particle again. So 誰が電池を発明しましたか？誰が電池を発明しましたか？ In this sentence, you can also say 電池は誰が発明しましたか？電池は誰が発明しましたか？ Then that means as for battery, I want to talk about battery. Who invented it? So the answer would be ボルタが発明しました。ボルタが発明しました。Or there is this really funny Netflix show called American Vandal, and it's all about one boy being accused of drawing dicks on teachers' cars. There is even hashtag that people use on Twitter, who drew the dicks. And if you watch that show in Japan, you can watch it with Japanese subtitles, and it says 誰がペニスを描いた。誰がペニスを描いた。Obviously, the word penis, it comes from penis. That's not really how we say it normally. If you want to make it sound like dicks. Penis sounds medical term. If you want to know how we say dicks, you can just look it up. I'm sure you can find it on the internet. So this guy called Dylan is being accused, and everyone's saying Dylan did it. Dylan drew the dicks. Japanese subtitles would say ディランがペニスを描いた。ディランがペニスを描いた。So I said the ga particle is used when the main focus is on the first word, like the word before the ga particle, right? So when you want to say this is something or I did it. But there are certain situations and verbs and words that require the ga particle without really making all about the word before the ga particle. For example, when you say I like something, you say something が好きです。something が好きです。So you use the ga particle with that. So in this sentence, the topic or the subject is actually omitted. So it's actually 私は something が好きです。私は something が好きです。But in Japanese, especially the word I and you are often omitted. Actually, saying the word 私 can be very annoying if you just keep saying 私 You just omit the 私は bit as soon as the listener knows that I'm talking about myself. And when you say something が好きです, people usually assume that you're talking about yourself. So you really don't need to say 私は unless you need to clarify that you're talking about yourself. I've been saying Japanese people don't like sarcasm. I say 日本人は皮肉が嫌いです。日本人は皮肉が嫌いです。So here I have to say 日本人は because I have to show who doesn't like or who hates sarcasm. So I say 日本人は皮肉が嫌いです。But I want to say I actually like it. I like sarcasm. Then I say 私は皮肉が好きです。私は皮肉が好きです。Here I need to say 私は Otherwise, if I just say 皮肉が好きです right after saying 日本人は皮肉が嫌いです it sounds like I'm still talking about Japanese people. So it's like I just said Japanese people don't like sarcasm and now I'm saying they like it. So it doesn't make sense. So I have to say who likes it. 私は皮肉が好きです So words like to like, 好き, hate, 嫌い or love, 大好き You normally use the ga particle to indicate what you like. So what happens when we use the wa particle to indicate what you like? So for example, if I say 日本は好きです。日本は好きです Then the wa particle acts kind of differently. The wa particle usually puts emphasis on the word after the wa particle. But there is also another usage to it. It also shows the contrast. So if I say 日本は好きです then it sounds like I like Japan but not something else. But I don't like this other country. Or if you say 犬は好きです 犬は好きです It sounds like as for dogs, I like them but not blah blah blah. You're implying that you don't like something else. Maybe someone asked 猫が好きですか猫が好きですか Do you like cats? And instead of saying I don't like cats, you can say I like dogs So you're kind of implying that you don't really like cats, but you like dogs. Then you say, 犬は好きです。犬は好きです。Or someone might hate anime but love manga, right? Then they could say, 漫画は好きです。So I like manga, but not something else, basically anime. So you can say, 漫画は好きです。でもアニメは好きじゃないです。漫画は好きです。でもアニメは好きじゃないです。Okay, another example. When you want to say, oh, your English is good, your Japanese is good, you say, 日本語が上手ですね。日本語が上手ですね。or 英語が上手ですね。英語が上手ですね。We say blah blah が上手 to mean to be skilled at something or to be good at something. I've got a lesson on it and it's really important point to go watch that video if you haven't. Anyway, and you can also say 歌が上手ですね. You sing so well. or 絵が上手ですね. or your drawings are amazing. You paint so well. For example, if I say 歌は上手ですね. 歌は上手ですね. It sounds like you are good at singing but not anything else. Or you're good at singing but not this. So it's quite mean. So someone's like, ミサは英語は上手。ミサは英語は上手。Then that person is saying, Misa is good at English, but that's all she's got. That person is saying, she's not good at anything else, but she's good at English at least. So you really want to be careful with this. Words like 上手, which is to be good at something and is usually used when you're talking about someone else. And 下手 is when you're not good at something or I'm not good at something. So if I want to say I'm not good at singing, I would say 歌が下手です。歌が下手です。If someone says 歌は下手、歌は下手, then it sounds like she's good at other stuff, but her singing is terrible. 歌は下手です。Or the verb わかる to understand. You use the が particle to say what you understand. So you say something がわかる, something がわかります. Don't use the お particle because that's a common mistake. But we use the が particle. If you understand Japanese, you can say 日本語がわかります。日本語がわかります。or 英語がちょっとわかります。英語がちょっとわかります。But if you say 日本語はわかります, then you are comparing it to other thing. So it's like I understand Japanese but not Korean, for example. 日本語はわかります. And this が particle is used when you describe someone's appearance. So when you say Misa has brown eyes, you say Misa wa to say who you're talking about. Misa wa first, and then in English you say she has brown eyes. In Japanese we say Misa wa me ga, Misa wa me ga chairoi desu. Misa wa me ga chairoi desu. Misa wa me ga chairoi desu. So in this sentence you have to use the ga particle to indicate what is brown, because you don't want to say Misa is brown, but you want to say Misa's eyes are brown. You're showing what is brown in my body. That sounds weird. Misa has brown hair. You say Misa wa kami ga chairoi desu. Misa wa kami ga chairoi desu. It doesn't have to be about color. If you want to say John has a big nose, for example, then you say John wa hana ga 大きいです。John は鼻が大きいです。Or it's the same with like Akane has beautiful eyes. You say 茜は目が綺麗です。茜は目が綺麗です。Or if you want to say, oh, you have beautiful eyes, you'd say 目が綺麗ですね。目が綺麗ですね。Or you have a beautiful smile, you say 笑顔が素敵ですね。笑顔が素敵ですね。Or you can say 笑顔が可愛いですね。笑顔が可愛いですね。So when you describe someone's appearance or traits, you usually use the が particle to show what you're talking about. If you use the は particle, you might end up offending the person you were trying to give a compliment to. So let's say you want to say you have a beautiful smile or your smile is great. You say 笑顔が素敵ですね, right? But if you say 笑顔は素敵ですね, then you're comparing it to something else. So it sounds like, oh, you have a beautiful smile, but other stuff is ugly. It's like that. So it's really rude. So if you say, John は鼻は大きいです. It sounds like John has a big nose, but other things are small. You might be talking about John's eyes being small or John's ding dong being small. So this X は Y が blah 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 construction can be used not only for describing appearance but for other things. So for example, Italy has delicious pizza, or pizza is delicious in Italy. You'd use this construction and say イタリアはピザが美味しいです。イタリアはピザが美味しいです。So instead of using the verb to have, which you can often use the verb ある or 持ってる, you don't do that in Japanese. We say イタリアは as for Italy, pizza is delicious. イタリアはピザが美味しいです。Or if you want to say in Canada, maple syrup is popular. You'd say カナダはメープルシロップが人気です。カナダはメープルシロップが人気です。So a lot of people think they have to use the particle に or で to say in Canada, but that's not true. We actually often use the what particle when we make this sort of sentence. Or in the US, the Statue of Liberty is famous. アメリカは自由の女神が有名です。アメリカは自由の女神が有名です。Or even the sentence like, the capital in Japan is Tokyo. You say, 日本は東京が首都です。日本は東京が首都です。So now you see there are more to it than just which is to put emphasis on. So if you say, ミサは笑顔が素敵です, then that's really nice compliment. But if you say ミサは笑顔は素敵です, then that's not a compliment at all. But there are also other situations where you'd use the ga particle when the sentence is about your sense. So for example, my eyes are itchy, or I've got a headache, or my stomach hurts, or I'm hungry. When you are sensing, you're feeling pain, then you'd use the ga particle here as well. So when you want to say something hurts, or you got a headache, stomach ache, we say blah blah ga itai. When your eyes hurt, you say me ga itai, atama ga itai, お腹が痛い、腕が痛い. Again, if you use the what particle here, for example, 目は痛い, it sounds like my eyes hurt but not my head, for example. So when you have a cold, usually you have a sore throat and you've got a headache, but your throat is fine, for example. Then I would say, 頭は痛いけど、喉は痛くない。頭は痛いけど、喉は痛くない. So like the doctor says, so if your eyes are itchy, your legs must be itchy as well. The doctor might say, 足もかゆいですか? Your legs are itchy as well. Then you say, 目はかゆいですけど、足はかゆくないです. Or when your hands are cold, you say, 手が冷たい、手が冷たい. Or when your face is hot, you say 顔が熱い、顔が熱い, or 体が熱い. But when it's not really about your pain or your sensation, your sense. For example, the ice cream is cold. You just say アイスは冷たい、アイスは冷たい. You don't have to say アイスが冷たい. Yeah, so when you're hungry, you say お腹が空いた、お腹が空いた. When you are thirsty, you say 喉が渇いた、喉が渇いた. And also when the subject is not a person but an object, you'd use the ga particle with a verb most of the time. So for example, if I want to say, did you have breakfast? And I'm talking to Sarah, then I would say, サラは朝ごはんを食べた? サラは朝ごはんを食べた? So here we use the wa particle and that's fine. Or I woke up at 7. Although we normally omit the word I, but if I have to put that, then I say 私は7時に起きました。私は7時に起きました。Or I'm asked, where did Kate go? Or what did Kate do? And I'm gonna say, Kate went for shopping. I would say, ケイトは買い物に行きました。ケイトは買い物に行きました。So we use the what particle there. We're just describing what I did or you did, Kate did, right? But when the object, so not people, is the subject. So for example, a tire went flat. We'd say タイヤがパンクした。タイヤがパンクした。So here we use the ga particle, although it's not really like we are putting emphasis on the tire. So it's not like we are saying the tire went flat, not my belly, for example. That's not what we are trying to do. When we use a verb, when I say verb, I don't really mean this, although this is a verb, but like action verbs like to break or to go flat or to eat or to wake up or to hit, that sort of action verbs. And the subject is an object, so like the tire went flat or the window broke or the toilet doesn't flush. So it's not really like we are talking about me or you. We use the ga particle with verbs. So タイヤがパンクした。タイヤがパンクした。パンクする is how we say to get a flat tire or to go flat. It comes from the English word puncture. パンクする. So タイヤがパンクした or the flower had withered. For example, we say 花が枯れた。花が枯れた。枯れる is the verb to wither. 花が枯れました. Yeah, again, it's not like I'm trying to say the flower is the one that withered. It's not like that. I'm just saying, the flower withered. Oh, so 枯れる means to wither, but you can also use it about your voice. So if you say 声が枯れた、声が枯れました, then that means my voice is hoarse or I've got a hoarse voice. 声が枯れた. So for example, カラオケで15時間歌って声が枯れた. Or it's raining. You say 雨が降ってる。雨が降ってる or 雨が降っています. So yeah, the word for rain is 雨, but we need the verb 降る. Yeah, you say 雨が降る to mean it rains or it will rain. 雨が降る. The same verb is used when you say it snows. You say 雪が降る. But when you say it's snowing right now, you say 雪が降ってる. This is the present continuous てる form. 雪が降ってる. So here again, if you say 雪は降ってる, then it sounds like it's not raining but it's snowing. Or when you want to say it takes time, we say 時間がかかる。時間がかかる。It takes an hour, you say 1時間かかる。1時間かかる。So for example, it takes an hour to get to New York. Then you say ニューヨークまで1時間かかる。ニューヨークまで1時間かかる. When you put the specific time, we usually omit the ga particle. But when you say it takes time, you say 時間がかかる. Again, you use the ga particle. Or the toilet doesn't flush, right? You say トイレが流れない. トイレが流れない. Again, you use the ga particle. Or my finger broke. You say 指が折れた. 指が折れた. Or the computer broke. We say パソコンが壊れた. パソコンが壊れた. And another situation where we would use the ga particle is when we tell the news or when we tell something new. If you read news or if you watch news, the news usually starts with blah blah ga da 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 da. So for example, if the news is talking about North Korea, they would start like 北朝鮮がミサイルを発射しました。 北朝鮮がミサイルを発射しました。Again, in this sentence, ga is not trying to put emphasis on who did it, but rather this news is giving new information to us. They use the ga particle. Try to go on the website NHK Web Easy. You can read news written in easy Japanese with furigana. It's really good for learning. Most headlines would say blah blah ga and then verb. When the news is about the president has passed away, something like that, then you'd say that 大統領が亡くなりました。大統領が亡くなりました。It doesn't even have to be global news. My grandfather passed away recently and that was a sad news, but it was still a news, right? I was told おじいちゃんが死んじゃった。おじいちゃんが死んじゃった。Okay, it doesn't have to be an important news. If you just saw 田中くん falling, for example, then you say, 田中くんが転んだ。田中くんが転んだ。Like, 田中くん fell. Or it could be a happy news, like, my baby said, mama. Then, 赤ちゃんがママって言った。赤ちゃんがママって言った。I mean, most moms probably would say the baby's name. So if the baby's name is like Natsuko, for example, then Natsuko ga mamaって言った。Natsuko ga mamaって言った。So if you have a mom friend on Facebook, maybe you'd see the baby ga blah blah した。You'd probably see that a lot on the timeline. Or if your cat just farted, for example, you'd say 猫がおならした。猫がおならした。So again, this news thing often requires the ga particle, but the subject wouldn't be I or you. When I tweet news about me, like I did this, I wouldn't use the ga particle, but I'll just not use the word 私は or 私が。So if I just want to say I went to London, and even if I think that's news, I wouldn't say 私がロンドンに行きました but I would just say ロンドンに行きました or ロンドンに行った。Yeah, so it's usually about someone else or something else. Yeah, so typhoon is coming, so I would say 台風が来ます or 台風が来る。Again, we use the ga particle. It's news or it's because we are talking about an object. Yeah, so another example of news would be Nancy got pregnant. That's news. You'd say ナンシーが妊娠した。ナンシーが妊娠した。So you can say ナンシーは妊娠した。ナンシーは妊娠した。It doesn't sound like I'm excited. It just kind of sounds like, oh, as for Nancy, she got pregnant. It's the sort of thing that would be in textbooks, you know what I mean? So when you're excited and you think that's news, like, and you think everyone doesn't know, you say ナンシーが妊娠した。ナンシーが妊娠した。Or my son passed the exam. You'd say 息子が試験に合格しました。息子が試験に合格しました。Or Pikachu has been kidnapped. I would say ピカチュウが誘拐された。ピカチュウが誘拐された。Yeah, so basically the ga particle is used when you want to put emphasis on the subject, who did it or what is something. But if the subject is an object, computers or river or toilet, and you put a verb, like action verbs, we often use the ga particle. And also when you tell news about someone else or something, you often use the ga particle to tell the news. And also when you wanna describe the body parts or a part of someone, so like your eyes are beautiful, your mouth is small, that sort of stuff, you also use the ga particle. But the wa particle is kind of the standard particle that you probably would use when you talk about yourself or the listener, and also when you try to change the topic or when you introduce a new topic, like speaking of this is blah blah blah. And when you want to say what about or how about you, you also use the wa particle. And also if you use the wa particle where the ga particle is normally used, So basically with words like 上手、下手、好き、嫌い、わかる then it sounds like you're comparing it to something else. So instead of 猫が好き you say 猫は好き then it sounds like I like cats but not something else. Or if you say ミサは絵は上手絵は上手だねyour drawings are great but no, you're singing. Yeah, so it sounds like that. I hope you learned a lot from this lesson, and if you have any requests on lessons then leave a comment. And also if you want more lessons, please consider supporting me on Patreon because that really helps. Alright, thank you for watching this long lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. じゃあまたね。バイバイ。